So thank you for tuning in, guys. This is the second map between Property and Dignitas, even though Schneider just disconnected just as we were about to start the ninth round. The first map ended 1-0 in favor, not 1-0, but 16 to, was it 11 in the end? I'll quickly check that out. And well, we will start the ninth round nonetheless. There's a little bit. 16-10 it was. Excuse me. So Property with a 1-0 lead, and they have gotten themselves the first point already. Now Nuke is a very CT-sided map, even more than Inferno is. So the ninth round will be crucial, and it looks good for Dignitas right now. Only Berg on the CTs, and he will be taken out as well. 1-0. Haha, no. Dignitas needs to restart, and they are swapping to the CT side, as you might expect. Looking for an easy start into this matchup. But as we saw on Inferno, Property was not giving them an easy time, even though Dignitas won the first half. It was going down to an 8-7, I believe, even. So Property just repeatedly traded rounds with the CTs, and it just didn't let them run away with it. And that's, of course, a crucial part of the gameplay of CS in general. But if you're down on Nuke on the CT side, if your economy is just not starting, and if the terrorists just hit their shots, it's going to be amazingly hard to get back into a game on Nuke. Even though it is CT-sided, it can be turned into a different direction by the terrorists. Property have 4 players in ramp room, a strategy that I have not seen in a few weeks, basically, and I haven't seen Nuke in a few weeks either. But Property get through. The CT's defense is uncontested. Now they are in the lower bomb site already. Sandy takes out one as Berg was firing away at the same time. Berg gets himself the frag onto Pimp. It's a 5v4, 5v3, 5v2 situation as Twist takes out Fetish. Twist on a roll. He got himself another one, and he had so many frags on Inferno already. It's amazing to see him perform like that. And, well, Nico got one back, but that's all. Property with a very nice terrorist opener on the pistol round. Looking good. Should be able to take the next 2 rounds as well. And then let's see if the CTs can fight back. Yeah, thanks, Lixic. Of course, the score is opposite because they switched sides after the ninth round, and I put the score in when the ninth round wasn't played. And yeah, well, while I was speaking, the CTs just ran into the blazing guns of the terrorists, and there was not much to commentate about, as there was just a slaughter in Squeaky Door and HUD on the A-bomb side. 2-0. Now Dignitas with that forced buy already. 3 FAMASs, a Max 7 and a Scout. They are eager to get around on the board, and maybe this will haunt them in the end. If they lose this one, it could be horrific. But on the other side, they try to surprise Team Property, of course. And the Swedes will take it slow, so they aren't running into a crossfire setup of those FAMASs or something like that. Niku didn't give away his position either. And I'm not sure if the terrorists have spotted any of the guns whatsoever. Now, Twist with that move, but Pimp with a 180-degree headshot for him. Pimp with another one, and Pimp drops down into the smoke, takes some cover, gets covered by Kiabai and AZ, and the CTs definitely surprised the terrorists with that attempt on the A-bomb set, even though Fetish goes down. It is a 2-1 scoreline. Dignitas was able to hold off the terrorist attempt, and Twist had a very good shot at Pimp, who was in rafters on the A-bomb set. It's hard to draw that on Nuke, but Pimp was roughly around here. Yeah, well. And Twist didn't get that frag, so Pimp was able to get 2 frags and then cause some trouble inside the terrorist squad. Now Property on another buy round with 5 AKs against the basically same lineup of weapons against Dignitas. And Sandy now with the first onto Nico. He was flashed, but it didn't keep him from taking the frag. And the terrorists come under some pressure from Secret Stairs. They are forced away from that. Twist lost too much HP. He can't risk giving his life away just yet. And Property reset their strategy. Now Fetish took over control of outside after Nico got taken out, and he spotted one on the boiler, but quickly figured out that there is no more terrorist action over there, so he's rotating back, and Dignitas in a two-man ram setup, one at hut and one in secret. Right now, Property more or less in control. Even more so is Kerber and Pov exchange frags. Now it's AZ reconnecting to the server basically after the first map. He's back on track and he got himself the frags that were needed by the CTs. 2 frags for AZ, and even though it went down to a 2v1 situation, the CTs were in control of the exchange all the round long. And AZ is back. Of course, he was exchanged for freeze on Inferno. Maybe that was one of the keys that made Dignitas lose the first round. First map, of course. And now he's back and is looking good as well. 2-2-2. The CTs are getting momentum. Nico with the P250 in an awkward spray battle basically on the outside, going or taking refuge in the deeper parts, in the back parts of outside. Still a 5v5 situation, and the terrorists are still not in control of anything except for lobby, and they're just trying to find a way to take one of the CTs down and weaken the defenses somewhere to get an opening. Now they're trying to go for the A bomb site, dropping from above, trying to isolate Nico, but he only has a P250, so taking him out will not actually help too much. He's just backing off into CT spawn, wasting time for the terrorist 4v5 situation, and suddenly 2 frags by Berg and Twist. Turning it into a 3v3 though is the CT squad. Sandy and Pov go down. Now it's Pimp shutting down Berg, who had the bomb, and Twist is surprisingly up into heaven. Pimp is opposed by 2 terrorists. He's calling that for his teammates, and he quickly disposes of one with the USP. That's really good work by Pimp, staying in cover as well, giving his teammates chance to rotate. And he would take out Twist to finish off the round 3-2. But, well, I was talking about AZ being back and AZ being good and AZ being important. Now AZ is AFK again, or, well, not necessarily AFK, but maybe even DDoSed or crashed. Well, Ecolicious, it's not me to decide that. You have to talk about that with the admins of CSGO Lounge. And yeah, there is AZ going down. At least he dropped the weapon, so that's something to work with for the CTs, but he will probably not be coming back. Freeze should be able to stand in right away. He was on the same server already. He just needs to hit retry if he's not caught up in something more important, like a matchmaking game or something like that. Freeze should be able to stand in really quickly. So let's see how long it takes this time. Last map it was about 30 minutes until he came back, but something that might make the Dignitas fans feel better was that Volgare lost on Inferno 16-12. And let's take another look. Well, but Dignitas lost against G-Play on Inferno 16-12, so that's something that makes you kind of feel good, and then at the same time, when you click to the next match, oh, well, there we go again. Property, however, lost against LGB 16-13 on well, why I'm talking about Inferno? Sorry guys, I'm looking for nuke matches, but there are no recent matches on nuke, so no information about that. except for how often did they play it. Dignitas played nuke 17% of their matches. Let's see how often Property played it. They played nuke 5% of their matches. The Dignitas should be the more experienced and the overall more fluent team. And there is Freeze replacing AZ once again. And Pimp going for the aggressive play in that rifle round. A very important round for both teams. Pimp missing the first shot, but then he reset his aim and took out Twist. Now moving back, not overextending. A very important fact for Pimp to get back alive. Otherwise, all his work would have been for nothing. Not Cloud9 nothing, but really, really nothing at all. 4v5 situation now. The terrorists trying to get control of the ramp area, and they are pushing the CTs down into the lower bomb site, but they are on the rotation already. The terrorists will walk into a very, very hard wall that it consists of blue players and blue spots. Freeze is one of them. He's sitting in the smoke and he's just trying to figure out where the terrorists are coming. S1 drops right next to him. He takes out another one and Kjaerbye covers him nicely from the vents. Good job by the CTs. Kjaerbye with a second shot. 4-2. And Freeze was a key player jumping into the game like that and getting put into a position like that, you know, taking the ramp position on the CT side is one of the crucial positions for them to control. And if the ramp player messes up too many times, the terrorists just keep abusing that and they keep forcing bad rotations onto the CTs. And there Freeze showed that he's definitely able to hold himself on the ramp position, and he got himself 2 frags. Supported by Kjaerbye with 2. They won the round, but now it's Schneider just jumping into Nico's face. Fetish is quick to be there and try to regain control, and he actually shoots down Schneider. Another nice headshot by Fetish, and he regains control over the outside as Pov takes out Freeze. Twist gets the surprise frag onto Kjaerbye. It's a 3v2 situation despite the great effort by Fetish. It's a 2v2 now thanks to Pimp's frag in the vents, and he's stomping away in there, trying to flash out, trying to get back onto the A bomb site, but Fetish first needs to draw the attention away as Pimp is trying to get to the outside through secret stairs. Fetish is caught up in a firefight already. He loses a few HP, but Sandy moves away through the hut, and Fetish is moving into the Tech 9 of Sandy. Oh, Pimp spraying Fetish down. It's a 2v1 situation, and Pimp now going, just retreating for a second, picking up another nade and spraying from Pov into his back will take him out. Property with a round on the board, even though Dignitas should have won that, especially after Fetish's good play on the outside to not let Schneider keep that AWP that he has picked up from Nico's body. And then I thought, okay, it's over for the CTs. They have done their job. They should be able to take on everything. Then Pov went in with a frag, and wow, look at that exchange. Nico and Schneider taking it tit for tat, 4v4 situation. And well, it was Dignitas. Well, Pimp sprayed down Fetish, and that was one of the most crucial plays in a 2v2 situation that you can come up with, basically. Now Property, of course, with that round on the board, they are hoping for another one to at least make it 4-4, and that would be their job done on this half already. 11-4 halftime score is definitely something that the terrorists can feel good about, even though a 5-10 would be even better. Now Property tries to get another frag on the board as Fetish takes out Schneider in ramp room. They are storming into the A bomb site. Kjaerbye in the corner takes down 2 and gets supported by Freeze. And the stand-in fits quite well to the Dignitas squad. He just does his job. He did his job on Inferno already, and I can't take anything away from Freeze in this matchup right now. Property now on a save round, 3 Tech 9s and a P254 Twist. Let's see where they will take it. Headed towards outside. weird choice to make for a terrorist squad unarmed against the AWP, but they get decent damage onto Nico. Fetish is there to support him, and Kjærberg quickly turns around to take out Sendy. It's a 1v5 man show. Twist is the one that is just crouching in the open, sitting there like a duck. Easy meat for Fetish, who got himself quite a decent amount of frags right now. 6 for him, 9 for Pimp, 7 for Kjærberg. On the other side, we have 5 for Twist and 4 for basically everyone except for Schneider. 6-3 in favor of Dignitas on the CT side. Well, it's not actually possible to determine if this is a successful CT side or not. We just have to wait until it is really over. Property can definitely surprise with a few rounds of their own. Galil now for Berg, who is called Subways. I have to apologize for not telling you all the time, but he goes down to Pimp on the outside. Now the terrorists make their way into the A bomb site. Kjærberg with a bad angle to cover. Pimp goes to work. Oh, he spots Twist just in time to get himself the headshot, but the bomb is still dropped in the A bomb site as Pov takes out Pimp. Nico gets himself a frag onto Sandy. It's a 1v3 now. And at least Pop has a bomb on his back, but Freeze has him covered with his crosshair in the face. 7-3 in favor of the Danish squad. Property are losing control. They were looking so good at the beginning. Then Dignitas surprised them. You can see the equipment value was about 3,000. There was 3 FAMASs, a scout, and a pistol, I believe. And that was enough for the CTs to win their first round. And then it was Property with that eco round on the board that made me think that the Swedes are up for some really, really big trouble. Now those other eco rounds got disposed of rather easily by the CTs. And it looks like Dignitas have had lost their balance for a second. And then they quickly regained their balance again. Pimp actually drew the fire and Kjærberg took the frag. Now Fetish with the last one on the outside. Nothing special happening in this anti-eco round for the CTs. Nico almost went down on the outside, but he already retreated, and he's just playing those angles on the outside so well. He comes up with one frag from here, and then he just retreats back into hell or CT spawn if he gets pressured too much. So that is really good play by Nico on the outside right now. Property now back on weapons, and they are going for the outside control. This time it's not a good Nico that got the frag, but Schneider actually with an off angle, a cheeky position, got boosted on top of that crate and got himself that early frag in favor of the terrorists. Now they just need to abuse that weakness on the CT side, and they need to kind of work and grind that weakness. Freeze is just dancing around on the headshot box, but Pov just, with that spray of the AK, keeps him covered with bullets all throughout the exchange, making it a 3v5 situation, looking good for the terrorists. Another headshot by Pov, now really stepping it up for his squad as Fetish goes down to Berg. It is Pimp alone in the lower bomb site. He gets himself one frag, but that's not enough for him. Sandy is there to get the refrag, and Pimp is down. 8-4 now. Property with one more round, and if they can make it 5, as I said before, it would be a really, really good scoreline for them on the terrorist side. And now Nico with that outside position, being baited by the terrorists, and now they advance forward, taking control of the red container. Now going for secret stairs. As Fetish is on the lookout. He's like a sailor on the mast. He's taking Twist out from afar, looking with his hand on the eyes. Where are the terrorists? He got him covered. 3v5 situation now. Still nothing to worry about for the terrorists. They can still work their way back into this round if they get those 2 frags to level it back up. Freeze, however, with a nice pop flash, assisted by his teammate and partly taken down by his teammate. He gets himself 2 frags in a second, and there is Schneider alone. Let's find him alone on his way to terrorist spawn. Just saving his weapon over there against the 5 CTs. Dignitas back in control. So once again they lost their balance just for a brief second. Just to stand right back again. Stand up again and force the terrorist squad into their place. Now they are looking for the frag even. I don't know why Fetish takes point. He's down to 8 HP. Even a pistol could dispose him. And well, it's his rightful punishment. Schneider takes him out, and Schneider in some sort of trouble, but he flashes himself out of that and saves the AWP. Well, maybe Fetish thought, I only have 12 HP. It's an AWP. It doesn't matter anyway. That's another way of thinking, of course. Property now thinks that they need to get that second last round of the half into their bag with a Tech 9 for POV and AKs for the rest of the squad, except for Schneider, who has that scope that he has saved. The CTs, of course, still have all the rifles that they want to. And Property will once again push into the A bomb site. Doesn't look too well timed either, as Pimp and Kierby have an easy time shutting them all down. 10-4. Sometimes it just looks like Property doesn't have too many strategies. They went for that squeaky door push 3 or 4 times even, and it never worked out in favor of them. So I wonder why they did it in a crucial round like that. Now they are back on more or less a save, but it's the last round of the half, so they force it up with a few Tech 9s and an AK. And Dignitas still with the rifles. They didn't even lose a single player in the previous round. Now let's see what's going on the outside. Twist is pushing into secret stairs just to meet his maker Pimp, but POV in control of ramp room already. They took out one CT and picked up his rifle, and once again it's POV doing the fragging for his squad. He forces Pimp to retreat a little bit. Pimp is down to 18 HP, but POV is running out of bullets to exchange the frags, and now POV in a worse position as Schneider takes out Kierby. The bomb is planted, 4v3 situation. The CT's on the retake. They need to make it happen, otherwise Team Property will look back at this half and laugh and think that it's going really well on nuke, despite the terrorist start. Now Fetish on the fake defuse, and he goes down. Nico and Fetish get disposed of by Berg from Toxic. It's a 10-5 scoreline, and as I said, Property will look back at this half and think that it was better than expected. Sometimes you have to expect the unexpected, and if Property win the pistol round, we can definitely expect them to close the scoreline and then put up a really good fight against Dignitas, who looked like they are feeling more at home on nuke than they did on Inferno, but they still had a few rounds where they just were caught off guard a little bit and allowed Property to pick up a few rounds where they shouldn't have picked them up. Now Property on the CT side, and the terrorists are making their way into secret stairs. There's Schneider with a straight headshot onto Freeze through the window and puts down Pimp to 69 HP as well. Property not rotating though. They have Berg in the squeaky door, and he will take out one and just miss the frag onto Nico there. Nico's still alive, but well, Berg still alive as well, and he got another bullet for the head of Nico. 2v5 situation. Kierby goes down, and Schneider just tackles Fetish in the vents. Body check to death. 10-6 now in favor of Dignitas, but Property with the pistol on the CT side. And it looks really good for them. They won the first pistol round already, and now they won the second one. If you consider, or if you ask the statistics, it says 80% of the teams that win both pistol rounds have won the whole match. And Property, of course, are in one of those situations and one of the positions. They are on the CT side on nuke, and they are looking at a good fragging highlight reel by Twist. Oh well, it's not a highlight reel, but the UMP in the vents just shooting straight up, and the terrorists just get fed into the vent like a meat grinder. 10-7 now in favor of Dignitas. The gap, however, is closing to only 3 rounds. And the terrorists with the bomb plant in the pistol round decide to buy up in this one, of course. It is the reasonable choice. 5 AKs, only a limited range of nades, however, so they need to make something happen rather quick. They can't afford to exchange too much equipment value with the CTs, as Twist with that gap shot onto Freeze, quickly taking the advantage into his team's favor. As he makes them go 1 man down. 2 terrorists about to enter secret stairs. They have Nico covering their back. And the terrorists have a 3-man stack over there. There is Pimp with the first, then Kierby with the second, and another CT coming up. Kierby just hoses everybody down. Doesn't matter if it's blue or white or red or green. Kierby puts them all down and makes it a 2v3. Now Sandy fights back on the A bomb side, puts down the bomb, and that was Fetish. 2v2 situation. The bomb in control of the CTs. Dignitas need to work their way back to the top and back into the A bomb site. Kierby luckily has that opening on the door. Double flash and the smoke comes out of the terrorist. Twist gets smoked off, but he gets a frag onto Nico and Kierby as well. Twist magically with a magnetic shot takes out both of the players. 8-10. Property doesn't allow Dignitas to come back, even though they had a really good exchange in the secret stairs. Sadly for the Danes, Fetish got caught off guard with a bomb on his back and dropped it right where the CTs were. And, well, maybe if Kierby didn't spray down Pimp, it would have been a 3v2 situation. It would have been a little bit easier for the terrorists. But you can't actually make Kierby pay for the mistakes of somebody else. Now Nico with the headshot onto Pov. Berg fights back in ramp room and an easy frag against Kierby. 2 CTs killed. Good effort by Dignitas, but Property is getting close. And if you consider the outcome of the first half, you can see that the terrorist squad had an early kind of boost to their scoreline. They had 2 rounds in the back already. Dignitas still has to work for those 2 rounds. And after that, they still have to work for 3 more, just to make it a draw. So that's a very steep mountain to climb for the Danish squad. They tried to do that with an AWP in the hands of Nico. And they carry it to ramp room once again, where Pov is standing. Schneider supports him nicely, then goes down to Pimp. It's a 3v4 situation. Property already rotated to the lower bomb site. And it looks like the terrorists need to slow down and get something working for them before they can actually make it happen on the lower bomb site. They still look like they are committed to the smaller bomb site, or well, ugly, they are just as big compared to each other. Sandy with that frag onto Pimp, and Kierby now caught in between the CTs. Pov with his second frag of the round will draw the game at 10 each. So that was one crucial round that could have turned into Dignitas' favor, and that broke their momentum, made them safe, and allowed Property to take control of their second half. 5 rounds in a row for the Swedes, and it looks like there will be a 6th round in a row. Schneider and Berg rack up the first 2 frags. Sandy is quick to support them. And Freeze slip through the lines. The Tech 9 just punches those shots out into the face of Berg at the same time. But there is Twist with a relieving frag in this 2v1 situation. Lenny Love. 11-10. Just shout out to my girlfriend there real quick. Property with the lead. The first, no, not the first lead, but the second lead in this matchup. And this time it is on the easier side. Dignitas on the other side have enough money thanks to the repeated losses. They afford the rifles once again. Twist disposes one of those rifles, but he misses that angle, and oh my god, Nico misses that shot as well. That was a crucial shot to take. Now Nico goes down to Berg, who's coming up from the secret stairs. Pimp needs to take care of him, and he does it with a desperate AK spray. 3v4 situation, a terrorist on the receiving end. Pimp down to 58. They know where he's at. He's crammed in. He can't get out. Fetish tried to help him a little bit, but goes down to the AWP of Twist, and the outside is still under control of the CTs. They're looking for the bomb. They have spotted it already, and now it's Freeze with 12 HP against 3 CTs, and there is no way he can get out of that alive. 12-10 now. The Swedes running away with that scoreline. 8 rounds in a row. 7 rounds in a row. Yeah, that's 7. I can count at least, even though I can't calculate. Dignitas can count as well, and they know that they are running out of rounds in this match. They need to make something happen, and they need to figure out a way to overcome the CT's defense. Even though Property didn't really play nuke that much, it still looks like they have their positions and their rotations figured out on the CT side. Now Fetish with the first frag onto Sandy. Twist trying to regain control of the outside, and he's spotted by 2. No, 3 terrorists actually look in his direction. He goes down to Kier by 3v5 now in favor of the terrorists. They need to make it happen. Berg fights back. Berg goes down to Fetish in the end. Now it's Schneider getting the bomb dropped right in his face. Fetish goes down on top. Oh my god, Schneider with another headshot with his last bullet onto Nico, making it a 2v2 now. Dignitas need to re-pick the bomb and then get back to a bomb site and plant it over there with only 43 seconds on the clock. And the CTs are aware of where the bomb is, and as soon as the terrorists give away their positions, Property will be able to rotate in a good fashion and a good angle. Now they just need to get their bodies in there, and Schneider is there with his 3rd frag of the round, taking out Pimp, flashing himself out a little bit, wasting time for Kierby and giving Pov time to get onto the A bomb set. Now Schneider of course spotted Kierby while he was passing, and there is the 4th frag for Schneider. Great play for Property, not allowing Dignitas to take control even though they were down in a 5v3 situation. The CTs show what they are made of, and they are made of a lot of fight. And they take it to the 13-10. Dignitas now burning their money, of course, with the repeated AWP by Nico with a Galil and a Tech 9 for Freeze. Property looking better and better, and there is Fetish with a set angle. He takes out Pov, gets the first frag into the favor of the terrorists, but Twist works its way back into the round. Nico needs to re-smoke outside to get control of that part of the map, but Berg is already there in secret stairs. Really quick rotation and good team play by the CTs to support each other. Now it's Fetish time to chime in with another frag. A nice headshot onto Berg, making it a 3v3, but Fetish is down to 1 HP. He received 99 damage, and now there's a few more damage on top of that as Twist gets himself the 2nd frag on the board. 2v3, and the terrorists are trying to regain control of the outside, but there is Twist. Look at that 90-degree angle, no problem for him, zooming in and taking out Pim. And there is Schneider from secret stairs creeping forward, taking out Freeze. And look at Twist, he's just wrecking house, even though he doesn't have too many frags right now. It is just awesome to watch him on the outside. Such a good AWP player right now. 19 frags for Schneider, however, who's doing a good job. He kind of lagged behind a little bit on Inferno. Then 18 frags on Pimp and 15 on Kierby. Dignitas now need to keep Property from winning that game. They know that Property only need 2 more rounds to get that match to a close. And there is Pov and Kierby changing frags. 4v4. Berg on a quick rotation into the lower bomb site already. He will be there as if he was there all the time. Such a fast movement by the CTs. Terrace will gain control of Hell first, and they completely ignore Twist, who's standing on the outside firing shots on them. Schneider and Twist will quickly take out everybody in Hell. And I don't know why the Terrorists didn't care about Twist, who was standing out here. Well, wait. Twist was standing... No, come on. He was standing out here. And the Terrorists were over here. And he shot at them. And nobody turned around. Nobody actually cared. 15-10 now. Property with 5 match points on the CT side. It looks like a flawless CT halftime for them so far. Tech 9 for Nico. Fetish with the Galil. Twist on the run. Berg with the frag. Looking good for the CTs right now. The Terrorists on the doorstep of the A bomb site. Twist takes down one of them. And Pimp one refrag. Sandy with another frag. And Nico fights it back. 3v2 situation. Then it's Berg's time to chime. No, actually Schneider took him out. It's a 3v1 now. Fetish needs to hold on to that Galil. He gets himself the first. Now let's see what he can do. He gets himself the second. 3v1 situation. Drawn to a 1v1 situation. And he actually has a decent chance at planting a bomb if he gets himself that frag. Oh, Twist dropping down to 7 HP due to the drop from heaven. It's a 1v1, 7 HP for the AWP, and Twist will win it 16-10 for Property. What a round, what an effort by Fetish, but he didn't make it in the end. It was not enough. Property win it flawlessly on the CT side. Good performance by the Swedes. Good match by both teams.